Main character energy is something we all want in our lives. We want to go out there into the world and feel empowered, feel confident that we are the main character in our own movies. Here are some stunning fragrances that will unlock your main character energy. Of course, we all want to be the main character in our own movies, in our own lives. It's just another way of saying that we want to go out there into the world and feel confident in ourselves, feel self-assured, and fragrance can definitely play a part in that. So I've picked out a few fragrances from my collection that when I spray them on, I feel like I'm unlocking my main character energy. The first is a new release from Davidoff. It's from Quentin Biche, and let's be real, a lot of Quentin Biche fragrances definitely bring main character energy, including this new release from Davidoff, Cool Elixir Saffron Mineral. I was a big fan of the original Cool Elixir. It took me by surprise at how good it was. It had a breezy marine quality contrasted with deep oceanic vibes. This one adds saffron and a fruity red juicy apple. Any fragrance that is bringing main character energy needs to be assertive, it needs to command attention, and it needs to instill you with confidence. I feel like this one does. Saffron is a note that is a little leathery, a little earthy. It's a very trending note, so you can go out there and feel confident that you're wearing something that is on trend. That juicy red apple note just rounds things out with a sensual fruitiness. It's strong, it's attention grabbing, you're definitely going to feel like a main character. I don't think Amouage have ever made a fragrance that doesn't make you feel like a main character. I could have chosen from any of them in my collection, but the one I'm going for is a newish release. It's Sequence. There's raspberry, lychee, again saffron, rose, tonka bean, osmanthus, leather, and oud. This definitely has that classic rose oud combination, which is a very powerful combination. There's also leather, which gives it extra backbone, but what stops this from being too heavy a fragrance is the lychee and the raspberry in the top, which give it this lift and this airiness, contrasted with the deeper, darker notes of the rose, the oud, the leather. This one definitely fills me with a ton of confidence when I wear it. A very commanding, strong, confidence-inspiring new release from Zaharoff Fragrances is The Oracle. Punchy pink pepper, there's warm spices with nutmeg and cinnamon, incense, ambergris and musks. This is a very dark, intense, woody, resinous fragrance. It smells of someone with confidence. It actually smells of someone with money as well. It's got that luxurious quality to it. The pepper and the spices in this give it a really assertive pop. The woods and the incense give it that deep, mysterious depth. All these things combined, when I've been wearing this recently, make me feel powerful, make me feel important. It makes me feel perceived.
If you love fragrance as much as I do, head over to my online store luxparfum.co.uk. You'll find my favourite brands plus brands you can't find anywhere else in the UK. Link is in the description.
Guys, I don't know about you, but there's a specific time in my life when I definitely feel like the main character in my own movie, and that is when I'm wearing a tuxedo. So a fragrance that is called Tuxedo, of course, is going to bring that main character energy. From Yves Saint Laurent, Tuxedo. Violet leaf, coriander, bergamot, rose, black pepper, lily of the valley, vanilla, patchouli, and ambergris. The best way to describe this fragrance is it's a creamy, boozy scent. It's strong, it's deep, it's powerful, it's sensual. So whenever you feel like you want to unlock the sensual side of your main character, then something like Tuxedo is going to do that. You don't have to only wear this with a tuxedo. Of course, it would work perfectly in that scenario, on that occasion, but you can wear this whenever you like, and every time you wear it, you're going to step out of your front door, you are going to feel so confident and ready to take on the world. This one has long been one of my favorite designer fragrances. From the day it was released to this day, I love wearing this. It's from my favorite designer brand, Tom Ford's Ombré leather. Fresh, spicy poppy cardamom in the opening. There's leather, jasmine sandalwood, moss, patchouli, and amber. This is a very sexy fragrance. It's like a more mass-appealing, wearable version of Tuscan leather. I love Tuscan leather. I would probably say that that is my preference, but it isn't quite as wearable, and it definitely isn't as mass-appealing as this. And sometimes that ties in to your main character, to how you want people to perceive you. And if people find your fragrance a little too intense, too complex, a bit unpalatable, maybe a little bit obnoxious, then that definitely does detract from your main character energy. But if you go out wearing something that you know people are going to stand up, pay attention to, but at the same time like, then I don't know what else says main character, because this one definitely will make you feel that way. Certain notes just lend themselves to empowerment in a fragrance. 3 of those are incense, intense woods, and booze. Make all that a little bit creamy with a sensual, indulgent vanilla, and you get Azzaro's Forever Wanted Absolu. I love a boozy fragrance, I love incense in a fragrance, I love vanilla in a fragrance, and I love woods in a fragrance, which is why I love this fragrance so much. Huge sensual date night vibes with this fragrance, and when you're going out on a date, you want to feel like the man, you want to feel confident, and sometimes a good fragrance can just be that little bit extra that helps you get over the line into feeling the level of confidence that you want in certain situations like date nights. Actually, even the previous Azzaro fragrance, the Elixir, would work in the same situations and make you feel a certain way because it has that leather raspberry combination. Either of those two would definitely make you feel like that main character in your own story, but this has the booze, and for that reason I'm including it, because I just love the booze in a fragrance. I'm not an alky or anything like that. I don't just love the booze in terms of drinking it now and then, occasionally, but not too often. But I will take it every day in a fragrance that smells as good as this. There is a fragrance out there on the market which I think is, at this stage, the most popular, the best selling men's niche fragrance of all time. That is Creed's Aventus. But I think with Absolu Aventus, they went one better. This has everything that is good about the original Aventus, but it adds a stronger, darker, spicier element. When the original Aventus was released in 2010, it's different to the version that we have today. It was a little smokier, a little darker. Some people preferred that. We lost that in recent formulations, but I think Absolu Aventus brought that back to some degree. It darkened things up, it made it more powerful. I think it's got better performance, it's longer lasting, it makes more of a statement than the original Aventus. Don't get me wrong, I love and adore the original Aventus, but this is the one I'm reaching for because it just commands that little bit more attention. And when a fragrance commands attention, you know it, you feel like the main character. And that's what this video is all about, so I can highly recommend Absolu Aventus if you want to bring main character energy. I gotta say, I've impressed myself with the fragrances I've picked for this video. I'm looking at them all right now thinking I want to wear all of them immediately, not all at the same time, but I want to go out and have an experience with each of these fragrances because I just love the way they make me feel. I know that this has all been wrapped up and skinned in this main character energy thing, but at the end of the day, these are all fragrances that will just make you feel that little bit more confident, that little bit better, just like having a nice haircut, wearing clothes that you feel really confident in. Fragrance can also have a similar effect. So all the fragrances I've talked about in this video help me just a little bit more to go out there and feel like I'm taking control of my own story, of my own life, of my own movie. I would be really interested to hear from you which fragrances make you feel that way, which fragrances give you that little bit of extra confidence, that empower you with that main character energy. Drop your recommendations below in the comments. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like because it really helps. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.